Leeds have just beaten Southampton by 3 goals to 0. And I mean, the first half, interesting, but probably not for the right reason. At the very end of the first half, Southampton scored from a quick free kick. And but the problem is the ref didn't blow the whistle, and as soon as the ball was kicked, he blew the whistle. So under the rules, that goal can't stand, really, can it? Because it wasn't like a quick free kick where the foul's been given and James Ward-Prowse has picked up the ball, put it down, and like played it as soon as he can. He has waited about 10 seconds and Leeds have had time to get into position. So I can understand why the referee didn't allow it, but a bit harsh, wasn't it, really? I mean, either way, you say it's a bit harsh, isn't it? So there's no right answer to it, really. Either team's going to argue about it if it doesn't go their way. And in the first half, Tyler Roberts had a good chance for Leeds. He sort of fluffed it a little bit and should have done better. And what they showed, and the Sky commentators were complaining about this. So they like zoomed in on the surface of Leeds' ground, and they were going on about how the surface isn't up to scratch. It's Leeds' pitch. As long as it's playable on it, it doesn't have to be immaculate. Like, isn't that what makes part like? Isn't that what gives you that home advantage? Like, you're used to playing on your type of pitch. Like Barcelona, it's going to suit them playing on perfect AstroTurf, isn't it? Same with Man City. But if you play against Burnley, if there's a bloody muddy puddle on the penalty spot, that's going to suit them a treat, isn't it, really, Burnley? They probably have molehills on the sides of the pitch at Burnley, don't they, Turf Moor? It's what football's about, the home advantage. You're used to playing on your pitch. And plus, even if you are going on about that, Leeds haven't had the time, have they, to upgrade the standard of their pitch if they wanted to? Because remember, the last season ended at the end of July and then started at the very start of September. So they've had a month to do it, and that's not really long enough if you take into consideration how hard it is for the groundsmen to work on it. But anyway, into the second half, Leeds scored almost straight from the kickoff. It was a nice ball through to Patrick Bamford. I think it was from Tyler Roberts, and Bamford stepped over the ball and took it straight into his stride. And just passed it through Yannick Vestergaard's legs and into the bottom corner. Like Alex McCarthy came off his line and tried to save it and close down the angle. And in the line that the ball travelled, there must have been a millimetre between the ball and Alex McCarthy's gloves, and a millimetre between the ball and the post. So he practically got it perfect, the finish. And that made it 1-0 to Leeds. And from that point on, I didn't think Southampton were coming back from that. And that at times today, they were defensively all over the place. And I can understand why Hasenhüttl didn't start Minamino and Danny Ings. Like, Che Adams, he might be a decent player, but he isn't going to get you. He's not the greatest goal threat, is he, really? He's good if he's playing alongside a Danny Ings. He links up well. He's a bit like Roberto Firmino. Probably not quite the standard of Firmino. And the second goal for Leeds came a lot later on in the game. Stuart Dallas on the edge of the box just toe punted it into the bottom left corner. It's funny though, a Dallas toe punt, doesn't that sound like some sort of American cocktail or something? Nah, It's got nothing on an Alabama slammer, has it? And I mean, that goal's done pretty much everyone in the country's fantasy team wonders, hasn't it? Really, who hasn't got him in defence? I mean, he's a midfielder most of the time. And the final goal that put the nail in the coffin, Rafinha, who the Sky commentators gave man of the match. I would also give him man of the match as well. He was superb today, especially in the second half. He took a free kick and just put it to the side of the wall into the bottom corner, caught the keeper off guard. And he in his celebration, he pulled off his shirt and revealed a message in, I'm assuming Portuguese because he is Brazilian. So, I mean, look at me, I'm not going to be able to understand Portuguese. I can barely understand English half the time. Yeah, sad but true. Yeah, but that's pretty much it for today. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. I'm going to watch the Atletico Madrid v Chelsea game.